Hey family, how's everybody doing? Please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also please share this video. Don't forget that I have the Cash App down in the description box. Check out my Cash App if you'd like to donate. That's fine. If not, that's fine. Anyway, so listen family, I was in a grocery store, me and my daughter. My daughter is 15. So we're trying to find a register because we don't know which registers accept cash and which registers that don't. So it took us a good 15 minutes trying to locate a register. Plus, it was like jam-packed in there, right? So we finally found a register, right? And you know, there's registers on this side, then there's the floor in the middle, and then there's registers on that side. So your back would be facing everybody, you know. So all of a sudden I heard some yelling, right? A man's voice just yelling. So I turned around like, you know, I didn't want to stare, but I just turned around. And my daughter was like pushing, like ringing up stuff, pushing it across the thingy, right? And I was bagging the groceries. So then the dude got a little louder, right? So I turned all the way around to make sure that he wasn't gonna start shooting because he was Caucasian, right? So I was like, okay, these people are really going crazy in America. I was like, they're going crazy. He was with a woman. I don't know if the woman was his wife or whatever, but he was yelling at her. He was saying something about what's in this cart that's worth $50 damn, you know, and take this out, and blah. He was cussing this female out, right? So again, I turned all the way around to make sure that this boy wasn't gonna pull out no damn gun, okay? Because I'm in there and I'm not standing too far from him, maybe like 3 steps. And my baby girl is in there with me, and we don't want to die today. Okay? I'm serious. I'm sorry if you're offended, but you know that these pink people are coming off at the hinges. Okay? They're really losing it. So, not to say that they haven't already been crazy, but they're crazy, you know? So, he was just cussing her out. I mean, over groceries. And on his way I stopped ringing. I told my daughter to stop everything until we figure out what's going to happen with this couple, because I don't want my back facing him when he pulls out a gun and starts shooting. You know, I want to know if I should run or if I should drop to the ground and pretend to be dead. Okay? So I waited until they got done, whatever it is that they was doing, right? And they started walking towards the door with the cart, right? I looked at the woman. She was cowering down like this, you know? And I was like, she dumb. I was like, because if that was me, they would have, like, everybody, if that was me, I would have shut that store down. I would have got so loud on him that every customer in this store would have stopped in their tracks to see what I was doing, you know? Every employee in Walmart would have been calling the police on me. I would have turned this store out if I was his woman, okay? All right, but I'm not his woman, so I don't have to worry about that. Only thing I was concerned about is if he was going to start shooting, because you know that's what they do, okay? I was like, okay, so he was cussing her out all the way up to the door to leave, you know, and once he left, then me and my daughter started finishing up our groceries and stuff, you know, and I was like, you know, I get real nervous around them people when they're mad. I really do, because you don't know what they're going to do. So I thought it was a good conversation piece for me and my daughter, you know, and I think it should be a good conversation piece for those of us brown people that have children in school-age children. Okay, we need to talk to our children about Becky or Ken coming to school and getting mad and start shooting up the place. That's after we loaded my truck, we got in the car. Me and my daughter, I started talking to her about it. Well, actually, she started laughing, I guess, because I was telling her, hey, look, if you in school and one of them crazy Caucasian pink kids, if one of them start shooting, drop to the ground. I said, drop straight to the ground and pretend to be dead or handicapped. I was like, just drop straight to the ground, And I said, just act like a damn mannequin while you're on the ground and handicapped mannequin. I said, I said, now, if he started acting crazy like he's about to shoot, that gives you time to run out the room or to get away. But if he's already in the midst of shooting, drop your ass to the ground. I don't care how you look. I don't care if you bust your teeth out trying to fall to the ground. Fall to the ground and don't move. Really. Put a dead look. I don't even know what a dead look on your face, but I did like, I don't know what dead people look like. But anyway, she was laughing, but I told her, I was like, hey, I'm straight up serious. Okay? You need to know what to do. If Ken or Barbie or somebody starts shooting, you need to know what to effing do. Alright? Because I'm telling you, it's a strong possibility that it's going to happen. So I just, I wish I had talked to her already about it before. But it's not too late. This is a good time and opportunity for all of us to talk to our black chocolate kids and tell them what to do if these crazy, pilgrims send their crazy ass offsprings to school with a gun. Okay, we need to know what to effing do. All right. So I just thought I wanted to share that with you guys. And please, 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 please talk to your precious brown children, okay? Because they probably had no idea what the hell to do other than run. And sometimes running isn't the answer, because if these crazy people shooting a gun and you get up and run, they're gonna hit who's ever running. They're gonna aim at who's ever running. So that's why I told my baby, drop to the ground, pretend to be dead. Seriously, okay? And I'm not trying to offend anybody with this video, but facts are facts, okay? We are not shooting up schools. They are shooting up schools. We are not. Facts are facts, okay? And if that offends somebody, hey, facts are facts. Y'all offsprings are out there shooting up schools. That's a fact, really. So, put in the comments, please, if you agree with me or not. And I tell you what, please just don't forget to have this conversation with your children, okay? And I'm not a professional at nothing. I don't know what you're supposed to do in situations like that. All I know, I just thought of what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, if he's already shooting, if you run, you're making yourself more of a target if he's already shooting. You know what I mean? So why not just drop to the ground, pretend like you're already dead if they already in the midst of shooting? That just reminds me of something that happened to me. I went to a club, right? This is like years ago. I went to a club with a couple of my sisters and one of their friends, right? So we in the club, I'm sitting at a table. It's so long ago, I'm not going to remember every exact detail, but I just know that a fight broke out at this club, right? And it was like, what it reminded me of? Like a country western, because people were pulling out guns. It was guys. Guys were pulling out guns. They were shooting, and they was breaking chairs across each other's head. I mean, it was like something out of a country western. And I started running. I ran out of the club. I didn't know where my sisters and her friend was, but I ran out of the club, and I could hear the shots, right? So I ran across the parking lot to the girl's car because it was their friend's car. I remember where we parked. So I stood on the side of the car because the guys bought the fight outside and they were still shooting. So I stood on the side of the car, right? And guess what happened? They ended up shooting the windows out of the car I was standing beside. I thought I was safe standing by the car. They shot the windows out of the car. I mean, I'm sure they weren't aiming for me because they didn't know who I was. They was just shooting everywhere, you know? So when they shot the windows out of the car, guess what I did? I got underneath the goddamn car. I got underneath the car. I climbed underneath the damn car until it was over with. And when it was over with, that's when I didn't know where everybody was at. I didn't care at that point. I just knew I wasn't moving, you know. So I stayed at the car until they came and started it up. I got in the car and we left. Okay, so that's a situation that I'll never forget. I will never forget. Okay, and a bullet has nobody's name on it. A bullet has nobody's name on it. So drop the jewel on you just now, guys. If you at a place and they shooting, standing beside a car isn't good enough. Get underneath the damn car. Really. So I'm lucky to be here because that could have easily been me shot. Or the bullet could have went through the window and hit me, you know. So I'm lucky to be here. And another thing happened to me as far as gun-wise is I was in Philly. I met a guy, right? And I was in Philly at his house, right? And we was in his bedroom sleep. We were asleep, you know. I didn't know. All of a sudden, I remember jumping up like this, like out of my sleep. I don't know if it was his ex. He told me it was his ex. However, whoever she was, she had a key to the goddamn house. Because she came in the house with thugs behind her and she held a gun to my goddamn head. Okay? She held a gun to my head. So he got in the middle of us. I mean, I wasn't going to say shit while she had a gun to my head. I am not even going to front. I wasn't going to say shit. But she held that gun to my head and she was saying, I don't even remember what she said after that because when she held the gun to my head, I zoned out. But he started talking to her and he got her out of the house. Now, I don't know who she was. He said it's an ex. But I'm like, why? What the fuck does the ex doing with a key to your goddamn house? What the F you bring me here for if she got access to your house whenever she wants it? I mean, you know? So I lived through that, you know, and I'm hot-tempered too. So for me to shut the fuck up, you know my ass was scared. And that's the first time I've ever had a gun held to my damn head. Yep. She held a gun to my head over that dude, you know. Yeah, I was in Philly, and he's a cute dude. He was cute at that time, you know. I noticed, like, a lot of guys that I used to think were cute, you know, back in the day when I was younger, they look like shit now. Really, they look like shit now. I'm like, ew. You know, the universe has a way of working things out because you know how you're young, you're like, oh, I wish he could be my boyfriend. I wish I could, like, get him, you know. And, but he's not interested in me, you know. He's interested in the fast, hot mamas, you know. So, now that I think about it, shit. Well, it's a good thing because we weren't meant for each other anyway. Because if we, at the age we are now, and you looking how you looking, I wouldn't be interested in you. Okay? So, you know, Mother Nature has a way of working things out. Really. So, anyway, what are you guys doing tonight? I'm getting ready to meal prep. As I told you before, I'm trying to lose this this weight that I done gained since I've been out of work. See how fat my cheeks are? I done bulked up. So yeah, I'm getting ready to meal prep. And after that, I'm going to lay back and watch some TV. I have some traveling to do tomorrow. What are you guys doing? All right, so I'm running out of shit to talk about. All right, guys, I love you. Think about what I said. Toodles.